Good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on when you might be watching this. We're just going to start off and set up a healing field. And when I say I choose to set up a healing field, I'll say for, and then if you want a healing field set up for you, you just state your name. And um, then we'll go, then you just follow this process on your computer or your phone or your tablet, whatever it is that you might be on. Or you might be listening to it while driving in your car. Although I suggest that some of the things that I do can create some states of relaxation. So you just want to be a little bit careful, especially if you're driving where you need like more attention. Because when you put your attention inside, there you have less attention sometimes on the outside. Okay. Um, so So if you're interested in how to set up a healing field for yourself, I've made videos about setting up the healing field, so you can go in and watch those and find out about the beings that are holding the space. The beings aren't actually making the changes; they're just holding the space for the change. It's you that's making the changes, and how you make the changes is by letting go. Really, I mean. Healing, what is it? It's a matter of letting go of energies that we've been holding on to that aren't in our highest good. We might have felt that they are in our highest good to hold on to them, but maybe not. I'd say really that it's not in our highest good to hold on to energies. It's our highest good to pay attention to the moment and just do our best in the moment, not take it personally, not assume too much, and speak our truth. Be as impeccable with our word as we can be. So I choose to set up a healing field, and would be where you would state your name. So I'm going to state my name. So I choose to set up a healing for Stephen. I also choose to set up a healing field for, and then you put your name in there if you want. And then I ask all the beings, please be present in the field. And I ask that we be placed in a field of protection while we do this work. And I ask the higher self to take us through the portal of time to the event that would be of the highest good, release and integrate at this time. And I invite all souls affected by that event to return to the event, release and integrate the energy of the event for themselves. And I ask that they be placed in a field of protection while they do their work. So you'll notice a lot of yawning. Yawning is one of the best ways to release stress, tension, energy held. I'll be pointing out some places that you might be holding some energy, and that I may be accurate about that, or I may not be accurate at all. And you can just pay attention to where you feel tightness. Where are you tight? Where are you holding energy? For me right now, it's in the chest. And oftentimes you'll say, well, every video I've watched, you said we're holding tension in the chest. And it might just be because that's where a lot of people hold tension, or maybe I'm the only one that holds tension there. But it does show up quite frequently. So I choose to let it go. So you can always state out loud when you're feeling something that you choose to let it go. And those are kind of magic words. So oftentimes you'll state those words out loud, and the thing you're holding on to will release. That's the thing about driving. If you're driving, you hear somebody yawning, and you start to feel sleepy and stuff. And you don't need to feel sleepy, but it's in that slow down place that we really become much more aware of ourselves and what we're feeling. So that I'm going to invite you to go into that place of the deep self at the core of your being, and just notice what you notice. Because when I'm stating this out loud, that you might want to go into your deep self to the core of your being, I'm of course doing that for myself, going into my deep self, the core of my being. And then oftentimes you'll hear maybe a change in the sound of my voice from that place, from that deeper self. So all these selves are ourselves. I mean, we may all just be one self. I just don't know. But it's good, no matter what, to be full of ourself. Because if you're not full of yourself, who are you full of? And not what are you full of? That would be a question somebody else might ask. It's been asked of me. And that's about that. So, these energies, so we're back at this event. So once we arrive at the event, and I've invited all the souls back, once we've all arrived at the event, I ask the higher self to assist us to release and integrate all energies of the event, gently and easily, fully and completely, on all levels and through all space and time. So my wish is, my hope is, my dream is that you can sit down at your tablet, your phone, your computer, and watch these videos and have a powerful healing experience. So that's my intention. That's the intention I've set in doing these videos. And I wanted, so we're back at an event. We're releasing an energy of event. You can stay while I talk, or you can just, you've set it in motion, so you can just go about your day. You can go lie down, you can go do things, just you'll be held in a field and be releasing energies. So you can stay or you can go now. But if you stay, then I'm going to tell a story, which is one of my favorite things to do, is to tell stories. And this story involves what's happened for me. So I think it was around mid-December. I could look, but it was around mid-December, maybe even more towards the third week of December, that my stepdaughter set up this YouTube account for me and taught me how to make videos and then to post them. So I think I've made like maybe 60 now videos on various topics. And it's that deep self, you just want to spend as much time in that deep self as you can, because that deep self is just yourself. It's just your higher self living inside, basically. When you think of your higher self, more likely you imagine it outside of yourself and on higher planes. That's your higher self. And this is your earthbound self, although it's not completely earthbound, because in the dream world that self comes out of the body, leaves the body there to sleep, and goes and does all sorts of adventures in the dream world. And so, but that's more like the earth inhabitant self, the one that you're aware of during the waking times. And then there's the deep self, which is the one that we have somewhat held our consciousness out of until now. I mean, some people have spent time in their deep self, but most of us, maybe through some states of meditation, have come into contact with our deep self. Maybe we knew or didn't even know what that was. The thing I want to tell in terms of this story, while staying in the deep self, that peaceful, calm place of the deep self, I want to talk about how valuable these videos have been for me. Because when I make a video, and they're all healing videos, so I make a healing video, and then afterwards I watch it to make sure that I haven't done too many strange things in the course of making the video. And then I post it on the YouTube channel, and then I watch it again typically. So many of these videos I've watched 2 or 3 times, and then I started to go back through them again recently, and each time I did it, it had a profound effect on me. So this morning I woke up and I was feeling some energies, feeling like I was working with some energies. And so I have a couple people that have YouTube channels that I am fond of their words and what they talk about. So I went and listened to an intuitive of formerly from England, I think, named Lee Harris, and he is a real straight shooter and says useful things. So I went and listened to him a little bit, and then I had the idea of listening to one of my videos, and I got about halfway through it when my wife came up from the downstairs. And so I put the computer away, and we had a really nice conversation. But part of the conversation was about how helpful I'm finding the videos that I made to be helpful to others. So I made these videos for whoever you are, with the idea that these skills that I've developed could be passed on to you so you could actually develop more skills. Um, but the bottom line is these videos have ended up being really useful to me. Now, in the past, if I, was working with some energies and I wanted maybe some help or more focus in working with these energies, I would set up a field for myself. And that was, almost always very useful. But now that I'm watching these videos, which actually kind of holds me there, and I'm paying attention to myself, who was paying attention when he was making these videos. And so I'm speaking to you now in this present moment, and you'll only be able to listen to it later because it won't be published. So I'm the only one that can listen to it at the moment. But later on, when it's published, you'll be able to listen to it if you want to. And you'll notice that the time you watch it, it will be the present. For you, this video was made in the past, but for me, it was made in the present. When you watch it, it will be the present. So this whole thing about time may possibly be just an illusion, that there is only now. And now is what we have. And the value is being in the present. And when we're in our deep self, I would say that we're in the presence of ourself, who is in the presence of all selves. So all these beings that help hold the space for these healing experiences that people have in these healing sessions. So when you focus your attention and you use the words, that what we're doing here is having a healing experience. We're doing this to experience healing. One of my definitions of healing is the art of letting go. So if health relates to good vibrations, and illness relates to stuck lower vibrations that are actually disrupting the function of our various organs and cells and tissues. All of our cells, organs, and tissues have vibrations. Otherwise, how would a liver cell know that it was part of the liver? It's a vibrational thing. Like everything's put together by vibrations. And so the term for this is how vibrations affect the physical matter is called cymatics. And it's highly recommended that you watch just a video or two about cymatics. You don't have to spend a lot of time doing it, but what it'll show you is how vibration affects physical matter. And that's what I'm talking about in terms of healing. That if we have toxic vibrations and we're holding them and they're disrupting the vibration of our organ, and right now I'm feeling the bladder, and I don't have a full bladder, but I just the area of the bladder. I'm feeling that area of the bladder. And in some thought forms, the bladder relates to being pissed off, or it has an anger energy around it when it's storing anger. Now, the bladder doesn't have anger energy when it's not storing anger. It just has a vibration, the bladder vibration. But because its irritation, inflammation energy is close to irritation, then when we have this irritation, we don't know what to do with. Sometimes just we put it in the bladder or put it in some other organ. But anytime we store these vibrations, it's like putting things in the closet, put it in a box, put it in the closet, it actually disrupts the function of the organ. So by letting go of those things that are stored in the organ, our vibration is raised to the higher vibration of the organ. And that's partly why we're going through so much right now. It's because the vibration of the earth is going up, whether you think it is or not. I mean, I'm just going to tell you, the vibration is going up. And the vibration has been going up for 26 and 3/4 years now, and it's going to keep going up for another year and a half until it reaches what's called the fifth vibration. And so all of that raising of the vibration is bringing all these emotions, all these old thoughts that aren't useful, beliefs, behaviors, and our energetic boundaries all being called up for review, and a lot of things being pulled up where we can become aware that it's good to release them. So really healing has to do with a letting go and a letting the energies of the body flow more freely through the acupuncture meridians. The blood is an energy flowing, the lymph is an energy flowing. So the more flow we have, the better off we are. And so I think that's enough for now. I just wanted to really touch in with you through the channel, and we'll see how useful this is for all of us. So now let's go.